Hey Rack on Beer viewers. So this is of course a beer channel. If you've arrived here for unbeer related reasons, this is a beer channel. I make and review beer. Yeah, but I have this I have a new phone. I got a brand new phone. It just arrived and happened to arrive on a Tuesday. So I have this, I've had this big can of beer sitting around, and I haven't done a 24-ounce Tuesday, which is like a thing where you talk to a camera and drink a large beer. And so since they coincided, I thought that, hey, I'd pop the top on this can, which I'm going to do right this very moment. And it is sprayed all over my computer in the background. I'm very pleased about that. You can tell from the pleasure in my voice. But I thought that I would crack this thing open, have a few sips, and show you my new phone, because you care about my new phone, right? It sounds really silly when I when I hear it now, but yeah, so what's so special about a new phone? I have made the switch after, start with the beer. Beer channel, start with the beer. This is a beer that I've had kind of sitting around, and wow, they like overfilled the can. It's overflowing out the top of the not like gushing, but the can is just overflowing. Like when I pick it up, it just starts splitting out the top. So this is Common Canoodlin' Kentucky Common from Against the Grain. And yeah, I'm not going to talk too much about the beer. I might film some kind of little review of it off, but suffice to say it's a dark sour beer in a big half-liter can. So quite the beer it is. Oh, that's weird. Anyway, now that I've had some weird beer, here's my phone. Well, here's the box, because it's kind of an unboxing video. So that's it. There's the box. So it is a OnePlus 3T. So OnePlus is the company and 3T is the phone. And why I'm even bothering to make a video is because I have just made the switch to Android. I've had an iPhone since the 3GS. When did the 3GS come out? 2009. Anyway, I think I've had an iPhone since 2009, since they came out. I had the first 3G model whenever that came out. I can't remember. I've always had an iPhone. I've had Mac computers for a bazillion years, 10 years plus 12 years. Anyway, but it doesn't even matter. So I've always been kind of an Apple guy, but I'm not really digging the direction they're headed in right now. So my old phone was getting old, and I decided that I wanted a new phone, and I started doing the research. And I got a lot of friends who use the Android phones from this company, and suffice to say, I decided to make the switch. And I decided to get this. So this is the 3T from OnePlus. And if you don't know what OnePlus is, they're a Chinese phone company. And pretty much what they do is they buy, I don't know how they're buying, but they get all the most high-end parts and put them in ultra high-end phones, which they make a single phone at a time. They've only got one phone out at any time. And they only make them in limited runs. But you're paying like half again as much as you would for for instance, this thing, I was gonna buy the iPhone 7, but I really don't like the iPhone 7. This thing was half the price of the iPhone 7, and it's twice as powerful, I think, if you compare it by, the guts inside. It's got the newest Snapdragon processor, I think it's called. It's got 6 gigabytes of RAM in a phone. It's even got a higher resolution screen, dual 16 megabyte cameras on front and back. It's a beast. But like you can see, I also appreciate that I paid for what's inside the phone, not the marketing campaigns and all of that kind of stuff. That I really like that. And I like that the box it's really plain. It also has this charger thing, this dash. It's a Type-C USB charger. Supposedly you can charge the entire battery in 30 minutes and get an entire charge out of it. And it's got a 3400 milliamp battery, which is like a lot more than the iPhone. Anyway, here, the unboxing part. Woo, it's a phone. Look at that. Wow, it just sits right on top there. Oh my God, I'm gonna drop it on the first time I open the box. I'm gonna drop the phone. So here's the phone. It's bigger than my old iPhone 6, and it's quite a bit. This is the iPhone 5, so you can see it's a lot bigger than that. But it's light. It feels nice in the hand so far. But yeah, pretty standard Android phone design. It's got a slight curve to the back. It's got the middle camera with the LED underneath. Very minimalist branding on it, and it's got just a huge screen. I'm really excited about this thing. Let's just see what else is in the box really quick. I should take another sip of beer. I said it's a beer channel, right? So, insert pops off. Oh, there's stuff inside the insert. Ooh, look at that, fancy. I was always impressed with like package engineering. Oh, and I've dumped all the gubbins out. Little pokey thing for the SIM. Ooh, some stickers. Always fun. Bunch of manuals I'll never read. And then here's a much bigger manual that I might skim through. I'm just gonna dump it all out. And then there's another charger and charger cable, the dash cable. The only thing I'm unsure about on this phone is whether it charges. Oh, this was not another manual. This was just like it starts out friend at OnePlus. We understand there are many choices. Yeah, well, let's be honest. I made choices because, well, I wanted not to pay 10,000 kroner for a phone, but I wanted a good phone. So, all right. So that's the bits. Another charger. I bought an extra charger because it wasn't very expensive, and I mean, chargers get destroyed. And I'm not sure if the charger port will only accept their charger, this dash charger. So I thought I might as well be safe and just get an extra charger because, well, I've got cats and they get busted. So yeah, very cool. So one of the reasons for the channel itself that I wanted to get this particular phone is, like I said, it's got front and back 16 megapixel cameras, and it shoots in 4K and all that like new fancy stuff. Even my relatively expensive Canon G7X doesn't shoot in 4K. So I'm really looking forward to upping my kind of like out and about beer photo game and maybe my out and about video game, because I don't like to take this camera with me, because even though it's a proper small camera, it's still it's still bigger than a phone, and the phone is less conspicuous. So I'm hoping to do some more maybe like in-bar reviews and stuff like that with this, and they will be really good quality. I'm hoping. I'm gonna test that out here. But let's power it on. Look at it together. Ooh, a little buzz. Oh, little OnePlus logo. Oh, look at that. You know what? I'm just gonna watch it myself. I'm not gonna watch it in the viewfinder. Yeah. Anyway, all right, guys. Thanks for watching that, and I'm gonna do I'm gonna do some test footage with it. I think I'm gonna review some beers, and I'll probably throw them up on YouTube, and maybe I'll just talk about the phone while I'm reviewing the beers. But yeah, so happy 24 ounce Tuesday. I think I'm gonna have to talk, I don't know, I'm gonna have to talk about this beer because it is weird. Kentucky Common is, I've only had like one or two. It's a style that really sounds good on paper, but never kind of comes out in the, yeah. Well, I'll leave that for maybe a review. Sorry there was less beer talk and more phone talk, but there will be more beer in the next video. I don't know, I was really excited about this phone. And let me know if anybody else out there has them and they have any like tips and tricks. Tips and tricks. I love tips and tips. I love tricks and tips tippity. Yeah, all right. I swear this is my first beer. All right. Thanks, guys. Cheers.